Hello, and welcome to another edition of DooM WAD Travelogue. I'm Nick, and this is a show where we say just because it's not a great idea to be going out right now. Did I hit all those words? That doesn't mean that we can't still explore new and interesting spaces. We're just doing it in form of Doom, WADs, and level packs. Now, getting right into it. Last week we played 10 levels with 10 monsters each, and it was fantastic. And the reason we played that more or less is because the week before we were playing Bloody Steel and just really just upset at how leaning into being slaughter maps was actually, to my taste, dragging down the quality of the maps overall. So this week we are uh finishing Bloody Steel one way or another. Um there's the noise of it. And I've made a decision. I've made some executive decision here, and the way that we're going to handle this is that uh, we're going to load into a level, and I'm going to look at the map, and if the map says there is more than 100 monsters, I'm just going to put in the console command to kill them all because I don't want to deal with that. Honestly, I'm feeling a little worn down. I don't feel like doing a hard stream where I'm going to smash my head against something that I'm not going to find fun, even if, I successfully beat that challenge. Again, it is a challenge. It is a type of map. I do not personally think that it's a fun or interesting type of map. And it's, you know, again, this is a show about exploration, not about challenge. And if the challenge is getting away of our exploration, then for the sake of what this show is, we're just going to push it aside. That's all there is to it. So let's get right into it and see where we loaded up. Yes, keys. All right. Yes. Why did I make two? Okay, this is Danger Kako Demon is the latest one. Okay, so I like it because we stay. Again, there's like a time machine aspect, I guess, now. But let's look. 272. If this is your first time joining this stream, on this show we play for the exploration, not for the challenge. So we play on the easiest difficulty, and if things are still too hard, we will do what we have to see more of the level. So this is going to be a chill walk around level now, I assume. Oh, what do we keep out while we're walking around? Whoa. Whoa. That's a hell of a skybox. Oh. Is this like ugh. Really? He started right here? Alright. Yeah, no, I'm not upset with that decision. Is this the first level again? But now, like, taken out of time? Oh, boy. Alright, more suits, because just deal with it. Alright. I guess maybe that... You normally don't keep your file cabinets outside, but okay. I guess maybe these are the cover points you're supposed to hide behind for the sake of having whatever fight happens out here. Yeah, no, they really want us to just go out over there. There is... Oh, we could go either way. Huh. There is a part of me that feels like, well, to remove the monsters, we're not really seeing the map anymore. Like, we're seeing half of the map, we're seeing half of the design, if that. Um, but at the same time, I don't... Like, I'm trying to figure out if I'm upset by that, right? Because the whole point is, like... Yes, I think your combat design, your power up, you know, power up and resource placement and all of that, placing all of that is a part of designing your map. Wait, what? Oh, and now we got to go that way. All of that is an aspect of your map. It's part of the design, right? So, like, yes, we are not seeing that design. So in that sense, yeah, we are missing out, but like I'm trying to decide how much of that is actually like necessary for what our plan on this show is, right? The little the broken barbed wire. That looks like something you should go through. Like that's why you would use that, right? God, and all of this would have been timed to the toxin suits. That doesn't sound good to me. I mean, at best, it's just a sign that like maybe this level set, the like overall design of this level set is one that... Oh, is this why it's flooded? Okay, what did... I really like this. I really like the explanation for why it's flooded, and this is really good. I guess painting down the stairs. Um, that means it's full of a lot. What is that button going to have done for us then? Because that's... Hmm. Well, it says stop, but there... Oh, but there are enemies up there. Is there a way to... No, that's flat. See, it's flat, but there's a hole there, so... Is the stop sign lying? It's something that, like... I don't know. I guess at that point it becomes a question of, like, my intents with the show. Like, on the one hand, are we here to see the game and the level? And I don't think so, because, like... Or are we here to see the game of it? And, like... I don't think so. It's Doom. You know? Game came out in freaking 93. By this point, anybody who wanted to see it has seen it. Everyone who didn't want to see it has seen it. And honestly, like it is has such surprising staying power that it's like, okay, something here did drop. Why did the button on the toxic connect to this? That makes no sense. It works in terms of level pathing because dead end, go all the way to the other end, and then since it's like one long hallway, the fact that that's at one end and so you only have the other place to go, like, yeah, it's you can't get lost. It's the only thing to explore. But I don't know, man. Um, like, we're not really here to show off the game. I'm not here to, like, we're already playing on easy. I'm not here to, like, prove that I'm... It makes you squares of garbage. Oh, that's good, actually. I'm not here to, like, say, look at how good I am at these games, you know. It's... Whoa, that looks like a photo. That looks too realistic. That is upsetting in a little way. Um... Alright, that's something. Oh, did they just spawn there? When I hit the switch? Well, sucks to them. But so, like, we're not really here to show off the game. We're not here to show off the gameplay. We are here to show off the levels. And, like, because we're in Doom, that is, you know, half of the level is, like, yeah, it's a level and it's full of Doom gameplay. So that's why I kind of flip flop, because it's like no, it's not going to be anything we really haven't seen before. The part that we haven't seen before is like the literal level geometry, unless it's, you know, some mods do this. Jeez. All right, so just keep fighting in this same back and forth zone, huh? I bet you now that stop sign is down. It's like a full backtracking map. No, okay, that's there. So wait, what changed? Yeah, no, I'm definitely on the side that, like, the thing that is different, the thing that is unique in each map that we look at is the geometry of it, the level of it. And, like, yes, while, like, as gameplay design, there are some that do unique things and are interesting to show off. But, you know, I sat here and I said, it's like, no, this is where we check out Doom WADs. And the interesting thing, sometimes it's the gameplay. Like, Finally Crafted Fetish Film, I believe was the name of that WAD. Like, that was really good as... That's not a real door either. Okay, so I hit a switch and I have no idea what it did. That had that really good puzzle in the first piece, right? And was that also the one that had that weird teleporter room? It has some, like, novel gameplay stuff, right? But it also, at the end of it, like, it had that novel gameplay stuff, and honestly, that wasn't even, like, part of the combat, right? Like, there hasn't been many that have done anything really particularly novel with the combat. Um, except for the one that we watched last week, 10 with 10, and really doing something novel with the combat. Like at this point, like, wait, did this one drop immediately before and I just didn't notice? Oh boy. There you go. There's an element of... Yeah, that would have been a pain. And then immediately into more. Yep. And then a big guy. Yep. Okay. Good. Yeah, I'm not upset to have not dealt with any of this. Oh, that seems new. Is it though? Okay, I guess so. Whoa. That is pretty cool. Say what you will, this big crane is pretty cool. But see, that's what I mean, right? Like seeing this. This is pretty cool. This is a pretty cool set piece. God, this would have been already a headache. Immediately, he would have been up there. That's a weird skybox too. Oh, we're in a crate? Okay. I'm trying to think, because there's maybe some argument. That's skull pile. Okay. Like, I'm having trouble thinking of one, but it's just like including something for the sake of, well, this is just what it is. You know, like it's a DooM map, so of course we're gonna fill it with monsters, but like, you also don't have to if you have something else interesting to show, right? Like you could say, hey, here's whoa. Oh my god, is that like a big slime monster of some kind? Oh my gosh. See, that's cool. I thought this was going to be boring without it, but okay, that is something. Jeez. Like if you were doing a banana split, right? But you were like, actually, I'm going to do something with a banana split that nobody has seen before. And it's, instead of doing ice cream, we're going to do a steak. And instead of sprinkles, we're going to do like garlic and butter. And it's just like, but also because it's a banana split, there's going to be a banana in there. And it's just like, really? Like you just, it's like you've done something else interesting to the point where you've changed it completely, but then you felt obligated to, oh, we're on the other side of that. Okay. Okay. So we can go up here? No, that one's not a real ladder. Oh, don't do that when there's no way to tell the difference. Like I felt obligated to be like, okay, well, this is a DooM map. It's like, because I started with this, even though really I'm making something else, and there's like something else interesting and something else like thematically interesting about it, I'm doing this whole other thing, but because I based it on this one thing, then I better keep all the parts of it. And it's just like, you're letting yourself be held back. It's okay. It's okay to be something else. And again, I'm just gonna keep pointing back to what was that thing called? Do I need to shoot him? What's going on here? Or is it broken because I killed all the monsters? Is the question. That did something. Okay, there's something up there. Is there any way to get up there? Whoa. That's broken. That is untextured. I keep pointing back to Phobia, right? Because they were just like, yeah, no, here's a monstrous version of it, and they, you know, that was a map that I think really embraced it, really embraced the concept here of being like, it's like, yeah, no, like we're gonna make this interesting thing, and really being a DooM map is sort of inconsequential. It's I don't know if byproduct is the right word, but like it's just like, yeah, no, like that is a technicality, maybe even. Um okay, has this been here? Man, the fact that, well, we're here now. See, like, I love stuff like this skybox. I love these big structures that are being built. These are really impressive. Um, and again, the texture work for the buildings feels like surprisingly realistic. Or, for a video game, of course, but like compared to base Doom, uh, this is sort of like a very trippy uh, site that we have going on here. Um, but the actual pathing in this level doesn't seem super great to me so far. At best, it's like, hey, we wanted to make sure that we gave you some work to do so that it wasn't just a slow level. I'm gonna get something like stand here. Okay, hold on. 2, there we go. Ow, 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 we're in its mouth. Okay. We're in its mouth! See, this is pretty good! I don't know what that is. We have to go through its belly, maybe? What the heck? That was cool. That was pretty cool. Even without the monsters, that was pretty cool, you know? Um, there were secrets I didn't get. Uh, mm. I think what it comes down to is that this one is maybe a. I think maybe I got juked in my selection of this WAD because it's like. I looked at it and the design is really good, but I guess maybe in the way it was created, the sort of the layout, the the geometry design being good and detailed and all of that is like almost a side effect. That was like not the focus. That is just, well, you know, oh, Russian Doom mappers, this is what we do. Um, but it's just like, but we're going to be a Doom map, which means, it's the thing. So like we have this sort of like slaughter style that so many people love and feels so like accepted, and then we're going to build a nice map around it. But it's just like, like I'm here for the nice map. Let me just throw away the part that I don't care about. It's just like, why not just make a nice map? Why just, I don't, I feel like I disagree with the creator about what was interesting about this map, you know? So I don't know. I don't know how to stop harping on that. I'll be honest. The end of Bloody Steel. Whoa. Oh, this isn't even. Oh, I was gonna say this isn't even a real level. It's a cool effect. Oof, can't actually walk over there. I like it. I like this little snow globe thing going on. Um, that's where it ended. Oh, let's check out bonus levels. Circle of Death. Now there's a song I know. All right, 123. How about this? We'll give it a shot. became a crusher wall. Okay. I'll just call it Circle of Death. Wonder how circle, wonder how death. Whoa! Okay, maybe that's how death. Oh, what am I supposed to do about this now? Whoa, that didn't feel right. Okay. Well, since the set decided to be over, I guess I could just keep complaining now. It's not a complaint. I don't know. It is a little bit me being a grumpy old man and just being like, how can people find this slaughter gameplay interesting? But like, because they're different people than me, that can happen. I don't have to understand it for it to exist and be the case. Being able to understand it definitely makes it feel valid and like a correct answer, but like, oh, tiny TV. It's something over here. What did it do? There's definitely the thought that, like, creeps into my head now and then. It's like, yeah, maybe like being in Doom is limiting myself, right? Because it's Doom, because this is the like accepted state of the scene or whatever. Is it like, okay, well then, if if I am just limiting myself to Doom, then I really am gonna. Oh my god, where is it and what is it? Like, I'm limiting myself to things that are like going to be interesting. God, what? Mm. This way? Like over here somewhere. Right there. Okay. There. Fine. Um, I'm limiting myself because it's like that very same idea that, like, oh yeah, no, like the gameplay is an element of the level design. And so as long as we're still playing Doom, then there is, certain limitations on what that gameplay is going to look like, right? which means that no matter how interesting like the geography of the level is going to be, the like the whole design of the level is like, we know what half of that's going to look like because it's going to look like Doom combat, right? Um, but the other thing is, like, I kind of like that. I kind of like it because it's in my mind, it's kind of like having a control group, you know? Like, you can look at it and go like, well, we know that this part's always going to look the same. We know that uh this part's always going to look the same. And you know, we talk about how design constraints can lead to creativity, and it's like, okay, well, that is our design constraints, that no matter what you do, it's going to be in Doom. So what can you do to make this interesting? um which I think is why I'm so often so disappointed that the answer is just like, it's like a big crowd of monsters, and I'm like, no, you haven't made it interesting. You've done the exact same, like at one point, yeah, that probably was super interesting. Like, what if there was just a bajillion of them? It's like, oh yeah, okay, that I haven't seen that before. That's interesting. But you know, so many of these just sort of go back to the same well of, well, you're gonna fight a horde. But then the 10 with 10 and the one zombie human was the oh, this is bad for me right here. You fight exactly one zombie human, and he's the very last monster that you're gonna see, that you're gonna encounter, and that's just great, is what that is. It's like funny. It's working within the constraints. It's doing something. I don't necessarily know if it's novel, but it is just like, that is interesting level design as well. You know, like in that same way, that is interesting level design. That's it's like in a very real way that I would say, like, yes, no, Bloody Seal has had like more detailed, maybe more realistic, maybe more effort into the graphical design of it, and it has a level design, which by the end was just like, slaughter, right? Cool. Like, that last level was just like, I'm still kind of shocked that, like, even with all I don't have any keys. What is going on here? Even with, you know, all the Monster's Edge, you can see it's just like, oh, this one level is like run back and forth 3 times through this one long hallway to, and then just have lots of fights along the way. And it's like, really? Really? Behind that waterfall. Um, and that's like just not interesting gameplay. All right, one place we haven't seen yet. Whoa. Um, Still no key. Oh, there's this. Oh, right. Yeah, no, I knew that there was a zone down there. Hey, what is this? You know what? That's. You know what I think it is? I think maybe like, all right. So looking at it as like, the whole level design is both like the geography of it and the gameplay of it, right? And I'm feeling guilty because I feel like I'm ignoring half of the map, or half of the design, because I removed the monsters and just threw away half of that design. And it's like, okay, well then am I really appreciating the design if I'm just throwing half of it away? I do not know what opened this door, but this is the only open door, so clearly this is the way to go. But I think it's because like the other the it's not symmetrical, right? Like it's, if you have like boring level design, then it is ignorable. It is passive. It is just like, oh, it won't jump out to you. It won't be good, and then um and you just walk by it and not look at it and not notice it, and it doesn't make itself a big deal. Whereas bad, or even just unfun level design, you know, low, let's call it low tier. Let's call it not, you know, the most exciting novel level design we've seen. I think that's fair. Whether we want to, if I don't want to go straight out and call it bad level design, let me say I want to, but I don't think that that's actually fair because there are some people who like it. But the thing is that the gameplay design of it can jump out at you, can stand in your way, can get in the, can it's not ignorable. It's something you have to actually interact with. Like, so you might walk past uninteresting like visual design and just be like, oh, I guess there was nothing interesting there, nothing to call out, and okay, nothing big happened. But on the gameplay side, it's like, oh, here's something that's really tedious or really boring or really unfair or like really weirdly balanced. And usually I think tedious is the main complaint that I have, is the biggest sin in my mind, is tedium, not respecting the player's time. I am over 30, so I care about that these days, I guess. um I'm an old man now, you see. I've been an old man since I was good. Hidden mine wonderful. I've been an old man since I was like 8. That's fine. Um, I'm gonna save here. Uh, but when that is bad, it is like actively bad. It is not passively uninteresting. It is actively. It's going to get in your way. It's gonna get in your way. You know, you can't deal with it by ignoring it. Um, and that is a different case than just uninteresting visual design. So and that's the thing. If there is uninteresting level design, we would ignore it and just walk past it and not, sit and linger on something that really has no value to sit and observe so closely. And in the same way, this is what I'm doing, is I'm saying like, oh, this gameplay, you know, seems to. And here's the other thing. Sometimes it can surprise you, but this is like there is like an assumption that, I'm basing on experience. I'm saying like, well, it hasn't shown us anything interesting so far, and so, is it wrong of me to assume that it's not going to show anything super interesting, or that even if it does, like, is it going to be worth putting up with the problems, the tedium that it is having us go through to reach that. um but the only difference is like game because the gameplay is not passable. I cannot take a passive solution to it, and it's just like, it's the same thing. It's just like, no, we're going to ignore this because it is not the interesting part. It's not the parts we're seeing here. um but just as it is active, we have to take an active way to push it aside, to look past it. Oh, this is what it's like inside my head all the time. This is how I sort of talk through and figure out what are my own feelings, how do I feel about it, how do I think I should feel about it, what sounds fair. triple checking and double checking my own thoughts. This is why I'm tired all the time. This is why I have chronic. I don't have any chronic though. I don't smoke. I got enough lung problems. Where'd I save? After we got the red key. Alright, that's not that bad. What if I just start firing rockets every which way? What if I land any of these rockets on fire? Not that one. I'm not going to save it here because I did just ding myself with a rocket. Here? What do I want to do with this? Let's hit him with one of these. All right, now I don't feel guilty. I'm here to show off the interesting design of these levels, which for some of them is simply not the gameplay. And just like we would ignore anything else, we're ignoring it, but we just have to take an active step to ignore it, unlike how we would be able to ignore passive, uninteresting / bad geometry. Okay. There, I have justified it to myself. I feel better now. But I also just don't have anything else to talk about. I will say this gameplay feels a little more interesting. Like, it's not, and this level's not necessarily tedious. This is a choice. But I guess this is the Circle of Death. This is the titular. But like the pacing of enemies, the what and where we have to backtrack and backtrack through. And there's an exit. I wonder how many bonus there are, because it did pluralize levels. Wait. Map 10. Map 10. Okay, I guess just the one. Yeah, this goes to 2. Okay. Okay, so finally saw the end of Bloody Steel. Turns out there was one more level, and it was such a headache to get there. Yeah, if it wasn't like really well done and interesting visuals on pretty much all of that. But again, another level another WAD that decided, hey, let's just slide into being a slaughter map by the end. And it's like, no, that's not. Again, and I'm this is gonna be my touchstone for a while now. But last week when we looked at 10 with 10, that was one of the most like exciting and I think like crisply and smartly and novelly designed maps packs we've played on this show, and for me possibly ever. It might be one of my favorite things I've played since the original playthroughs. um I did really like Chex Quest because I'm weird, but I'm weird. All right, I don't know what else to say. Short stream today, but that's okay. I was walking in the sun and I need to take a rest because apparently being in the heat causes problems in my family. So I'm an old man now. Thank you for joining me. And until next time, get your vaccine. so many people are vaccinated now, and it's good to see, but we need everyone. Really, we want just everyone to get their vaccine, period. But, if it's your turn, if you can get booking as soon as you can, get your vaccine. Until you do, stay home as much as you can. If you do have to go out, wear a mask. Your mask protects others, and their mask protects you. So, uh, wash your hands more than usual. Uh, that's just good advice anyway. Learn to recognize power dynamics, because the people who say that they're being oppressed, if you're hearing it, that usually means that they aren't being oppressed. Learn to be able to tell the difference. Learn to tell who holds the power in the situation, because neutrality isn't real. Neutrality sides with oppressors, because if nobody stands up to stop them, then the status quo remains, and the status quo is they are oppressing another group. So stand up for the group being oppressed. Um, and a rule that underlines the rest of these is take care of one another. I'll see you next time.